and now we get a peek at some of the top players here for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis ready to go in the booth. We hope you're ready to go at the controls. Let's play. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Set to return, this is Brandon Cooks. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard. Ready to rock as well. Some of the stars of today's game. And speaking of the game, let's get right to it. Caleb Sturgis now to do the honors and get us started. And we are underway from Atlanta. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, the spin. Spins past another.
Oh, my man.
And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25.
Black round! Black round!
They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. On the direct snap, this will be Yeldon. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
When the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there, it doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield and get to the linebackers and block them on the second level. You end up with the type of play we just saw. Linebackers didn't have to fight anyone off, didn't have to knock anyone to the side, didn't have to elude anyone trying to block them. They just saw the play, ran to the ball, and finished things off.
Though certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But that's the type of pass play that you need to wait for routes to develop. You need a little time in the pocket, but that's hard to do when you got people in your face.
Now a man who did his collegiate punting just a couple hours from here in Clemson in South Carolina, Bradley Pinion to kick. With it is Jackson. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. Rodgers now on 1st down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. 22 yards on the pickup there. And the Dolphins are going to get a 1st down.
All week long as a defense, you game plan to stop this guy as a runner. And then when they start sneaking him out of the backfield and throwing it to him, that totally disrupts what you plan to do in the game.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And caught left side, Olsen. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Four yards remaining now on 2nd down. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Right side caught by Jackson. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Rodgers again now. This is caught by Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 6. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. And we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Another try on second down with Gurley. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And this is going to be incomplete. Now on 4th down, Jack Del Rio's going to send on the field goal unit. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So, of course, they wanted to find the end zone, but when you go on the road and your first drive results in points, I think you're pretty happy.
You have to be, because you've taken it to the home team in this case. And while you may not have shut up the home crowd, you've quieted them down a little bit. Good way to start.
Yeah, here now come the Falcons. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone. Well, we all know the line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Now it's Freeman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They do go for it. It's Kaepernick. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And out come the Dolphins now. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one.
Possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense, finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on that last drive, Went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 3 on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's third down. To throw is Kaepernick. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brandon Graham. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. On second down, Freeman. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. A couple of Dolphins in on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Here's Jackson. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. The one running back is Gurley. He's going to get the football. Room here to run. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Rodgers to throw on second down. Jackson's got it over the middle. And an alley to run. The 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, 48 yards. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's something like there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Over the middle to Evans. And all the way down to the 37. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 41 yards. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They give him 15 more, and it's another first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Now Kaepernick throwing on second down. And caught left side, Olsen. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play, don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, and that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Jeremy Maclin from 17 yards out, and the Falcons have cut it to within a score.
Yeah, you heard it, right?
Exhale.
The exhale, and I'm taking that from their bench because finally, right before the half, they find a way to get the ball in the end zone and get some points on the board. Maybe they can use that to kickstart them for the second half.
Yeah, just to get something before going into the lockers. And now in the second half, they can just tighten.
That's what they want to do, tighten down everything they're doing, and then maybe explode at the right time.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On first down, it's Gurley. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Finding time. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. He's going to take another shot here. And that is incomplete. That's it for the first half.